Hi, Dyke from Groovy Entertainment. Today we're gonna book on tape to play for you. Today book is the Speedy Little Taxi. So let's get started.
This is the story of the Speedy Little Taxi by Darlene Geiss, with pictures by Hal Frater. And every time you hear the taxi toot his horn like this, it means to turn the page. Ready? Did you turn the page? Good. Now we're ready to begin. There was once a speedy little taxi that always wanted to be first. It was yellow, and it liked to go fast. It was bright yellow, and it liked to zig and zag and bounce and jounce. It was the yellowest taxi in the whole big city, and it never paid a bit of attention to the traffic rules. Blink! The traffic light changed from green to red. But did that stop the speedy little taxi? No, siree. "I don't give a toot for your old red light," said the speedy little taxi, and it whizzed like a yellow streak right past the stoplight. Went the policeman's angry whistle. "I don't give a toot for your old whistle," said the speedy little taxi, and it zigged and zagged right around the angry policeman. "Slow," said the sign in big red letters. The street was full of bumps that were being fixed. "Who gives a toot?" said the speedy little taxi, as it bounced and jounced merrily over the bumpy pavement. "Here I come!" Wailed the fire engine sirens. Clang, clang, rang the fire engine bells. All the traffic pulled over to the side of the street and let the red engines whiz by. But, you guessed it, not the speedy little yellow taxi. It whizzed right along with the fire engines, through the red lights, past the policeman, zigging and zagging, bouncing and jouncing. It was wonderful. And it was the first to get to the fire. That was when the police car caught up with it. Out jumped an angry policeman.
"We'll see about this,"
said he, and he wrote out a whole book of tickets and stuck them under the windshield wiper. "Trouble, trouble," the taxi owner groaned. "That's all I've had with this speedy little yellow taxi." Then he had a great idea. "It's that bright yellow color," he thought. "Maybe if we painted the taxi a nice, quiet green, it would quiet down." So they painted the taxi a nice, quiet green. Blink blank went the traffic light from green to red. "I don't give a toot for your old red light," said the nice, quiet, green, speedy little taxi, and it whizzed like a green streak right past the stoplight. Went the policeman's angry whistle. "I don't give a nice, quiet, green toot," the taxi laughed, and it zigged and zagged past the policeman. Then it bounced and jounced past the men working sign. Wailed the fire engines. All the traffic quietly moved to the side of the street. But the nice, quiet, green, speedy little taxi raced right along with the noisy fire engines. This was wonderful. It got to the fire first again, but at the fire, the police car caught up with it again. Out came the book of tickets again.
"For you,"
said the angry policeman again, as he jammed the tickets under the windshield wiper of the speedy little taxi. "More trouble," groaned the taxi's owner. "Maybe this time we ought to try a nice, quiet blue paint job." So this time, the speedy little taxi was painted a nice, quiet blue. Blink blank went the traffic light, changing from green to red. "I don't give a nice, quiet blue toot," said the speedy little taxi as it sped past the stoplight. Shrilled the policeman's angry whistle. "I don't give a toot for your whistle either," said the speedy little taxi, and it zigged and zagged around the policeman like a blue streak. Danger, said the sign where the street was full of holes. Who gives a bouncy, jouncy toot? Said the nice, quiet, blue, speedy little taxi, speeding along the bumps. Wailed the fire engine sirens, and all the traffic pulled over to the side of the street. But not that nice, quiet, blue, speedy little taxi. It raced right along with the fire engines, through stoplights, past policemen, zigging, zagging, bouncing, jouncing. And it was first at the fire again. And this time, up came the fire chief's bright red car. Out stepped the fire chief.
What's going on here?
He asked in a loud voice.
The fire chief is supposed to be the first one to get to a fire, and this speedy little taxi has kept me from being first every time.
The poor taxi owner groaned. Trouble with the police department, and now double trouble with the fire department. I'll get rid of this speedy little taxi, sir, he promised.
You bet you will,
Shouted the fire chief.
I'm tired of coming to my own fires second. You'll get rid of it to me. I could use a ziggy, zaggy, bouncy, jouncy, speedy little car like this to get me to fires the very first of all.
And he bought the nice, quiet, blue, speedy little taxi from its owner. Now the speedy little taxi has been painted again. Nowadays, it is a brilliant fire engine red. When it goes past red lights and past policemen and past signs, that's because it's supposed to. It is the fire chief's own car, and in its speedy little way, it always gets him to the fire first of all.
So that was the speedy little taxi. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. And our next book will be Henny Penny.